Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the transformative traits and practices that can lead you to a life of depth, impact, and authenticity. Today, we're delving into a topic that often goes unnoticed but holds immense power: 7 traits of people who speak less. Hit the subscribe button below, and let's keep this journey going together. Let's dive in. A quiet person is said to be smarter than one who speaks out too often. Take the word silent. Rearrange it to make meaningful 6-letter word, and you get listen. Yes, I know this is an old cliché that you have to be silent to listen, but this is the truth. Rule number 1: be mysterious and fascinating. You see, it's not about speaking the loudest or the most. It's about knowing when to be silent, when to listen, and when to speak. And the art of silence is a force to be reckoned with. Some of the most brilliant minds in history were introverts, masters of the art of silence. They understood that silence allows you to think, to observe, and to strategize. When you embrace silence, you cultivate a sense of mystery around you. You become an enigma, someone that people can't quite figure out. And that's where fascination begins. Think about it. What draws us in? What makes us curious? It's the unknown, the hidden, the things we can't quite grasp. That's why magic is so captivating. In silence, you become a magician of sorts. Ancient libraries, filled with scrolls of wisdom, were not known for loud debates. They were sanctuaries of silence, where knowledge was revered, and the wise ones found solace in quiet contemplation. Being mysterious doesn't mean being distant or unapproachable. It's about giving people just enough to pique their curiosity. The unknown, the unexpected, and the enigmatic are what fuel our thirst for adventure. And when you embrace the mysterious, your life becomes an exciting journey. In the business world, the mysterious leader is a force to be reckoned with. They understand that not every move needs to be disclosed, and it's that air of intrigue that attracts opportunities. In the world of art and creation, the mysterious artist keeps their audience coming back for more. It's in the unseen, the untold, that the masterpiece is born. When you're comfortable with the mysterious, you're comfortable with yourself. You're the hero of your own story, and the world becomes your canvas. Embrace the power of being mysterious and fascinating. Leave a trail of curiosity and wonder in your wake, for sometimes the most profound messages are conveyed in the spaces between words. Rule number 2: eliminate distractions and think strategically. We're constantly bombarded by noise, by endless notifications, and by the chaos of the world. But in silence, we find the space to think, to strategize, and to chart our path forward. History's greatest minds knew the significance of silence and focus. They harnessed this power to make critical decisions and achieve incredible success. The quiet mind is where innovation is born. When you eliminate distractions, your mind can wander freely, making connections and finding solutions you might not have seen amidst the noise. In the midst of chaos, the silent strategist remains calm. They see the bigger picture, the grand chessboard of life, and they make moves with intent. In a world overwhelmed with data, silence allows us to separate the trivial from the vital. It's in these quiet moments that we can distinguish noise from the signal. The silent practitioner knows the power of being present, of being fully engaged in the task at hand. This deep focus creates a wellspring of productivity and creativity. When you finally speak, your words carry weight. In silence, you've examined every angle, considered every option, and decided with clarity. Silence doesn't mean inaction. It means thoughtful, purposeful action. It's the pause before the decisive move, the breath before the leap. In the quiet of nature, we find tranquility. We rediscover the power of simplicity and the wisdom of silence. Embrace the power of silence, eliminate distractions, and think strategically. It's in these moments that you truly become the master of your destiny. Rule number 3, enchant others with charisma. In the tranquil embrace of silence, there lies a remarkable power, the power to enchant, the power to radiate charisma. Charisma isn't always about eloquent speech or flamboyant gestures. It often starts with the silent strength within. The silent listener holds a unique charm. They don't just hear words, they absorb the unsaid emotions and nuances. Kindness, too, can be a magnetic force. The simple act of being compassionate and helpful can silently win hearts. The charismatic leader isn't just about giving orders. They inspire through their actions and by empowering those around them. When they do speak, they do so with purpose and conviction, making every word count. Silence isn't about isolation. It's about being present. The silent observer is often the life of the party. The power of a genuine smile, a thoughtful gesture, or a comforting touch is immeasurable. It silently touches the soul. So, remember, in the quietude of your being, you can enchant others with charisma. Your presence and authenticity speak volumes. Embrace the silent art of charisma and watch how it transforms your world and the world of those around you. Rule number 4, freedom from pride or arrogance. In the grandeur of silence, you'll find the wisdom to shed the heavy armor of pride and arrogance. True freedom lies not in asserting our greatness, but in recognizing our shared humanity. Acts of kindness need no applause, for they are their own rewards. The silent giver finds joy in helping. The humility to admit when you're wrong is a strength, not a weakness. It's the path to genuine self-improvement. The path of silent humility is not without obstacles, but it leads to understanding, empathy, and unity. Humility is another hallmark of individuals who choose their words wisely. They don't seek the spotlight, but are content in their authenticity. Humility isn't weakness. It's the strength of knowing your place in the grand tapestry of life. It's in the acts of kindness, the helping hand, and the empathy for those who need it most. It's the grace to admit when you're wrong, the wisdom to learn from your mistakes. Humility is the bridge that connects you to people, transcending social status, race, and beliefs. So, embrace the silence that speaks of humility and be free from pride or arrogance. Rule number 5. The state or ability to perceive, that is awareness. Awareness is the spark that kindles the fires of wisdom, a treasure hidden within us all, waiting to be discovered. In a world filled with noise and chaos, there is an ancient wisdom that encourages us to be silent and aware. Imagine starting your day by simply being here and now. It's not about emptying your mind. It's about being fully present, listening to the gentle rhythm of the waves. We often rush through life, consumed by the constant chatter of our minds. But what if, in the midst of the urban cacophony, you could find silence? This is the power of silent awareness. It's about seeing the world with fresh eyes, hearing the symphony in the midst of noise. In relationships, silence becomes a bridge. It's the space where understanding is born. It's saying, "I love you," without words. When you immerse yourself in nature, the silence of the wilderness is the grandest teacher of all. A heart full of silent awareness is a heart brimming with gratitude. It's about appreciating the beauty in the ordinary. Today, make a promise to yourself to be silent and aware. In silence, you'll discover a world you've never known, and in awareness, you'll find peace. As the day ends, let the silence and awareness guide you. The world is a beautiful place when we truly see and hear it. Rule number 6. Ability to understand another person's emotions. It's not just understanding someone else's feelings, it's feeling them as if they were your own. It's that raw, emotional connection that makes us more human than we could ever realize. When you reach out and say, "I understand," you're opening a door that leads to compassion, love, and the beautiful possibility of healing. Empathy is the cornerstone of not just medicine, but of all human connection. It's what makes a simple touch, a reassuring smile, or a listening ear feel like salvation. In a world that sometimes seems divided, empathy unites. It's the unspoken language that bridges the gaps, reminding us that, deep down, we're all just searching for the same thing: understanding. It's what drives us to lend a hand when someone's in need, to fight for justice and equality, and to stand together as one. Empathy is the thread that weaves the tapestry of humanity. It's in the sacrifices we make for our loved ones, in the tears of joy, and in the resilience to rebuild after tragedy. It's also what allows us to remember, to honor the fallen, and to ensure that their stories are never forgotten. In a world sometimes painted with cruelty, empathy is the brush that adds strokes of kindness. It's the difference between mere existence and truly living. Today, we encourage you to embrace empathy, to understand, to feel, and to connect. In the end, it's the key to unlocking the beauty of the human experience. Because in the end, it's empathy that defines us as human beings. And it's through empathy that we can change the world. Rule number 7. Kind and considerate regard for others. Kindness, that simple yet profound act of extending a helping hand, not because you have to, but because you want to, is the heartbeat of a compassionate society. Kindness is in the infectious laughter that ripples through a group of friends, in the warmth of a comforting hug, and in the attentive ear of a friend who listens without judgment. It's the selfless dedication of nurses and caregivers who not only heal bodies but mend spirits. It's in the power of comforting words and the soothing presence during times of vulnerability. Kindness is the foundation of education, where teachers not only impart knowledge but also ignite the flames of curiosity and inspired dreams. It's in the unsung heroes who take a moment to care for our shared home, our planet, by picking up litter, planting trees, and advocating for a more sustainable world. Kindness shines brightly in the courage of firefighters and first responders who risk their lives to save not only humans, but also our four-legged companions. It's in the worldwide movement for peace, where millions raise their voices and their hands in unity, declaring that kindness and compassion will always conquer hatred and violence. Kindness is in the act of sharing, whether it's a meal with someone in need or knowledge with those who thirst for it. It's the open-hearted belief that there's enough for everyone. Today, we urge you to embrace kindness and considerate regard for others, to extend a hand, offer a smile, or share a kind word. Thoughtfulness and kindness is a trait that accompanies those who speak less. They weigh their words carefully, recognizing the impact of their speech on others. Rule number 7. Kind and considerate regard for others. Kindness, that simple yet profound act of extending a helping hand, not because you have to, but because you want to, is the heartbeat of a compassionate society. Kindness is in the infectious laughter that ripples through a group of friends, in the warmth of a comforting hug, and in the attentive ear of a friend who listens without judgment. It's the selfless dedication of nurses and caregivers who not only heal bodies but mend spirits. It's in the power of comforting words and the soothing presence during times of vulnerability. Kindness is the foundation of education, where teachers not only impart knowledge but also ignite the flames of curiosity and inspired dreams. It's in the unsung heroes who take a moment to care for our shared home, our planet, by picking up litter, planting trees, and advocating for a more sustainable world. Kindness shines brightly in the courage of firefighters and first responders who risk their lives to save not only humans, but also our four-legged companions. It's in the worldwide movement for peace, where millions raise their voices and their hands in unity, declaring that kindness and compassion will always conquer hatred and violence. Kindness is in the act of sharing, whether it's a meal with someone in need or knowledge with those who thirst for it. It's the open-hearted belief that there's enough for everyone. Today, we urge you to embrace kindness and considerate regard for others, to extend a hand, offer a smile, or share a kind word. Thoughtfulness and kindness is a trait that accompanies those who speak less. They weigh their words carefully, recognizing the impact of their speech on others. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more motivational content. My friends, 7 traits of people who speak less are not traits of silence, but traits of depth. It's about communicating with intention, empathy, and authenticity. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the transformative power of speaking less and listening more. Remember, your words hold power, and by speaking less when necessary, you can create more meaningful connections and impact in your life.